Hello again, welcome back to another daily Binding of Repentance. Is the volume on? Yep, okay it is. Good. Now let me just double check here to see if it's recording and all the volumes. Desktop audio is not working. Okay, what's going on here? Let me just close this out then. Close this game out. Restart OBS. Oh no. Okay, wait a minute here. I'm still recording. Default. Speakers USB. Let's try that. Let's go back in. I don't know what would be considered default. If I can hear the volume out of the earphones. Let's see here. Whoops. Okay, there we go. So the only reason why I'm only able to record through this like little USB splitter for like earphones and stuff like that is because I screwed up something in the wiring at some point, somehow damaged it to where I can't record the audio like normally again. So something shorted, so it's within the case or something like that. That's the issue. That, or maybe the settings are off. I don't know what happened. They had to reinstall something. I was gonna fiddle with it, so. Yeah. Anyways, I also need to like. Oh, I see. I got that underneath there. That's why. Yeah. So today is a 1st of October. You know, Friday. So I woke up, and September end. Wake me up when September ends. Green Day. Yep. Pretty warm out today for an October day. I mean, at the same time about a couple years ago, it was getting pretty chilly in the daytime stuff, so. It's pretty warm. Leaves are turning and stuff, so it's, I mean, we're practically in the fall equinox right now, so. The equinox, hey. Or I don't know. I don't know I don't know if that's in Spanish for equinox. Equinox, hey. I would think it could be, but I haven't looked it up. It's probably some other name. Usually with like Spanish words, they feel like they're kind of like a stylish synonym of another word, like in the English language. I can't really give you examples. Maybe I can. Uno, like one. Ooh, no. Let's see. Does that sound like a synonym for something? I don't know. I already knew universally it was one, but like, I mean, I learned that since I was like freaking middle school for Spanish class. Why'd I even go in here if I don't have the money? Okay, let's go over here, because I think there's a chest. I don't know if that was a chest that hurts me or not. But yeah, like. Oh, I can't get to that chest. Okay. That's why. Yeah, it's something. I need to set up my router, by the way. My new one. I've been just kind of putting it off, and I might have some time today to do it. It's early afternoon right now, so I mean, I should have plenty of time to work on it. Before my projects start coming up, I think it's next week, or no, it's the week after. Some big project stuff. I'm not going to have as much time to, you know, fiddle around with the router. I want to get these kind of videos out first today. This one in New Vegas. Before I go around and start switching routers and settings and stuff. I did find a thing I was looking up too about if it's possible to split my connection to a VPN connection for a tunnel or something like that. It's called some tunneling service, and I can. So I'm not going to do it on this router because you know, the limited capabilities, and I'm giving this router away anyways to somebody. Doing it on my other router, my new one. It's going to have the capabilities to do it. And those connections are going to be meant for guests only, or through my Xbox. My Xbox doesn't have a VPN service. Why would they? They make so much money collecting data, as well as the ISP, you know? But I do know, like, the DNS stuff works pretty well. Because, like, I was editing up, I've talked about one video. Oh my god, I gotta be careful here. I was talking about a one video that I had the DNS stuff set up, and then I could see that some stuff was broken on the Xbox, so that I had to go in and enable some things to get it to work. I use NextDNS. I don't know what their privacy policy is and stuff, but I heard it's pretty good. A lot of settings and stuff. So it's like another layer of security, so to speak. Plus I could just put as many like whitelists and blacklists for different services and stuff as much as I want, whenever I want. Change it on the fly. So I got like pretty much all of them enabled, and I put in pretty much all that I could find for now. Whitelist of things to unblock. So the things are not broken as much. I'm definitely never going to use the original firmware that came with the Blackhawk X10 router. Because, oh my lord, like, I was fiddling around with it a little bit, and it's like, oh, you need an account in order to set this up, and it's like, you know, Netgear, I don't need to create an account for my router. I can use the 192.168.1.1 or the 192.168.0.1 or what, depending on what router it is. Most of the time it's like, 1.6, let's see, no. 196.1. We see 196. Okay, hold on a second. 192.168.1.1. That's it. That's the router IP. I don't need an account. Maybe I could set it up without an account. I don't need to be like, oh, look at that. He's got this product number and everything. Let's just track him. Of course, when I flash it, they can't anymore. Sucks for them. I talked about one video too, like about one ISP thing on my network. Just trying to, I don't know what the hell I was trying to do, but it was trying to connect to my network through something when I was doing something normally on the internet. Blocked that, and then all of a sudden there's another one, and I was like, what the hell are these guys doing? And I blocked those two things, and no internet issues. So it's got to be some kind of a stupid tracking service. Now keep in mind when I have what do you call it? If I have the VPN on, then it defeats the purpose of having the blocking stuff unless I put the DNS on the VPN on my devices to route to my next DNS settings. So it'll block it as there's a VPN. Now with the router, it's a little complicated because, and if I want to have devices, say the Xbox, to have a VPN on top of a DNS blocking service, it just stays put instead of, like, you know, maybe Microsoft mysteriously turns off things or whatever. Then it just stays put. Ooh, that's really good. We need to get a bomb though. Yeah. Now, I mean, I could put a DNS service on the Xbox, which maybe I should, and then run it through a VPN through a split like connection dedicated for VPN stuff for other people using the network. Now I would think, I'm not sure, but I would think that it could probably just lower my speed of my router for like internet overall. But it's a powerful router, so I mean anything's possible. It's gonna have double the, almost double the megahertz. Oh, that's just fun. It's tear effect. I would think that's gonna be the case. I shouldn't have got that close. Now I'm not a network expert or anything. I'm not like IT or anything. It'd be kind of cool, but that's like a lot of dedication. That's a lot of outside training I have to do, and I have to be consistent with it because the industry is changing all the time. I mean, it's a cool factor that, yeah, it's an ever-changing thing, but it's like, you gotta have the resources out of your pocket to you know, keep up with the demand of things. Now, I mean, it's possible you can find a job. I mean, well, when you're doing it, paying out of pocket and stuff, you're basically doing that so you can find a job that trains you to, you know, do that. Usually they have some places where they would do paid training or whatever prior to getting hired. If there's stuff you're lacking, you got to have to some degree some outside like experience prior to coming in. Now, I don't know too much about the industry and stuff like that and job requirements, but I think that's how it would work. I would think. Oh yes, you need to have 50 years of not IP. 50 years of IT experience and everything before we hire you. Da, 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 da. Like half a freaking century. Like that's the thing too with jobs. It's like, oh yeah, you got to have all this experience, especially for college students. You got to have all this experience, you know, decades, you know, or at least a decade or 5 years or whatever. But then it's like those jobs where you can't really like get that experience because you just like graduated and stuff. It depends on the job too. Oh yeah, you gotta have all the 50 experience and everything, 10 years of experience, and you gotta have all these different kind of like requirements and stuff. See, college can be a trap. I mean, depending on like what you go for and stuff. Like I've heard of a thing called art history degree, which I've taken art history, but like a few of them, but like that wasn't towards the art history degree, but it's like the only thing you get out of it is understanding, of course, art history, cultures, you know what I mean? Depending on what classes you choose from and stuff. And like looking at different jobs and stuff where you can have for an art history degree, and it kind of sucks, honestly. I mean, okay, so, I mean, it sucks in my perspective. Now, I'm not saying like, it just sucks, you know, in general. Well, I was looking at the jobs and stuff where it's like, oh yeah, you could be a museum whoever, you know, museum tour guide or something like that, museum something, and you're not paying like a whole lot to really make ends meet unless you're like really gifted and lucky to get something really high end. It's somewhere else. But it's like, I mean, okay, so let me just back up for a second. So like with jobs, the whole purpose of a career is like for not only getting you a decent enough pay, wage and stuff like that, job stability, benefits and everything, but also something you'll be enjoying to do. That's a big one too. But these days, it's more of job stability and getting paid enough just to make ends meet, instead of being stiffed. Just like a lot of these part-time jobs is anymore. Or even in a lot of cases, full-time jobs. I talked about in a video about my opinion about the whole wage shortage thing going on in the U.S. With these jobs. And I've talked about before, it's like, it's a combination of things that's causing the issue. It's just not one thing. Because that's just too, because if it's just one thing, it could be a little bit more easy, it'd be much easier to kind of address. But there's a combination of things with it. Part of it was like the pandemic and giving much more jobless benefits, and people were feel like they're getting more out of it than the jobs they were at. God damn it! What's on my? Oh, that's the wire that was on my foot. I thought it was like some kind of spider or something. So part of that's like that, and then part of it, it's like, yeah, the wages obviously is pretty bad too, so people are not want to go back. Or like there's just lack of job security because of COVID stuff. People are getting laid off or put off temporarily. Like I knew someone, for example, who was on jobless benefits, and he was making far more than what he was making originally, so he didn't want to work. Like at all, because he was making so much doing nothing. And then when the state decided to cut him off because, you know, unemployment only lasts so long, he got mad. Felt like he needed more. Felt like that he didn't get all the money that's required for unemployment. Kind of forced to work. And so he was just kind of depressed, and he was trying to figure out what he can do and stuff like that about, you know, keep getting on these benefits and stuff. And it's just like, in the end, he just kind of succumbed and got back to work again. I was talking with him. It's like, you need to be paying your bills off with the money that you have, because he was struggling with unemployment, especially with all these COVID restrictions going on. Like, he couldn't like find proper employment with everything happening. But yeah, it's just, it depends on the person, it depends on the circumstances. I've talked about that before. It's just like, it could be a combination of things with the person. It could be like one thing, it could be another thing, it could be something totally different. And but there is a consistency that there's a lot of these part-time and some full-time jobs, typically in the food industry and retail and, you know, hair salons, stuff like that, are struggling to find people. Even the medical industry too. For me, I mean, I used to work at retail, and fortunately for me, I didn't have to deal with rowdy customers. Thank God. If I was there long enough, I probably would. Make me pull my hair out. I've heard horror stories about that stuff too. It's just... Ooh, what we got here? Lingo beans, whatever. This is pretty good though. Yeah, I don't know. It's... Oh no, if we're trying to get the boss rush, let's try to like win it. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep my peace with that because I've talked about it before in other videos too. So How's this run looking, by the way? Well, this run is looking pretty good. Ish. I mean, we got pretty decent damage here. Just need to get our health up and stuff. Gonna be an interesting run today, though, that's for sure. Oh, well, my shatter rate isn't really that great either. I did clear out some stuff off my phone, so I got a lot more room on there. I had like 20-something gigs, and I got it up to like 50-something gigs. I could probably get it down some more, but a lot of it's the apps. Just kind of backing up some photographs on my computer and stuff from my whatever. I need to like find a secondary backup. Put it on the cloud somewhere. Somewhere that's both reliable and they won't be just picking through my crap. Keep like 2 or 3 hard backups and then 1 backup on the cloud. It's like requiring like personal drives. I say multiple because I had a drive from Western Digital, and for some reason it stopped working. I assume maybe I accidentally plugged the SATA cable into the USB slot and I fried it. I think I did that. So that explains it. I mean, it'd probably be my fault with that, honestly, but I don't. Well, I was about to say I don't even know what this did until I picked it up, and I was like, I don't know. That's pretty good. We gotta like get going here. Get scooting. No. Yep, so I need to find a backup. Backup methods. I did look a while back about these tapes or some kind of weird tapes or something. You can back up things. It has a bunch of storage space that's much more safer or something. But like, I wonder like how hard it would be to like. Oh shoot. Oh well, we got that. Oh, I'm not gonna make it, man. Oh, we're gonna try to make it, man. Oh, we're not gonna make it. Alright, tell you right now. Went from like, we're gonna make it to like, no, we're not gonna make it. Come on! Nope, we lost it, man. That's what we get here. Whatever. Whatevers, whatevs. I missed Ted Rock. Oh boy. I mean, I probably would have made it. I'm pretty sure I would have made it if I didn't mess around too much. People got the points. Oh no, he didn't make it. He missed out so much points. It's gonna be like 1,000 or 2,000 or 10,000th place because of that blunder. So laughed at him. By the way, I have on my queue, because I was just looking it up, just talking to somebody, just looking up, it's like, I wonder if there's like such thing as someone having an addiction to pooping, right? Just randomly just thinking about that, I kind of wonder. And sure enough, there is a episode on My Strange Addiction that, and I put it on the queue so I can watch it, just curiosity's sake. someone from Detroit, Michigan, has a longing to crapping, a desire to crap a lot. All right, that was pretty funny there. I did that to myself. It just kind of makes you wonder about like all these different unusual things. If people have some kind of addiction to them, I feel like everybody. I think there's an addiction for everything. Even as things you don't think it's an addiction, and it's so obscure and stuff, there is one. Case in point about like the video I found about someone being addicted to pooping. I mean, there's people. I mean, there's a woman addicted on the same show. I remember watching it a while back. Addicted to eating rocks, man. Go around collecting a bunch of rocks, and the weird thing is, it's like she knows like there's different flavors for them. I mean, of course she's eating them, different minerals and stuff, and textures. I mean, it's like the ice chewing forum. There's a forum that's dedicated to ice chewers. And they talk about all sorts of ice. One of the big things I remember reading about is like how there's like really delicious ice made by Sonic, the restaurant Sonic. Now, if you're not iron deficient, you're not going to tell the difference of flavor. Well, actually, okay, so let me back up. So like water, you're going to taste the difference between tap and filtered, you know, because of the impurities and everything. Chemicals put in there. And where you get it from and stuff, so it kind of varies. Okay, so there's that. Now, for ice, when you have iron deficiency, you're going to notice an even bigger like difference in flavor. Now, have I personally been impacted with such a thing like that? I don't believe so. I've known people that have. Just crunch and eat ice, man. Like, I don't know. Ooh. You get the without getting hit. Yep. So everybody's got addiction to something to some degree, you know? Oh, watch Netflix, man. Everybody watch Netflix and stuff. Yeah. But that can be turned to an addiction. I binge watching The Office. Binge watch The Office. Which is like a many freaking seasons and episodes and stuff. I never really was one of those people that just watched a bunch of episodes of The Office or anything, but it's something I've read on the internet that people did. Which, by the way, I did read something that came up in my app news thing. Like it's an app program, not Google Play Store, because frick them. Talking about, oh yeah, there's a, starting in October, it's going to have all 180 episodes of Seinfeld. I'm like, huh, look at that. Seinfeld, huh? I don't recall watching, like, I mean, I didn't really watch Seinfeld growing up. It was just kind of there, and I kind of changed the channel on it. I might give it a chance, but, like, I'm not binge watching it. There's a couple of times in my life that I did binge watch. Breaking Bad I did a little bit because I had to catch up on the episodes for the upcoming season. And then I did, yeah, I see the score there. And then I did, what do you call that show? It's a Netflix thing. It's the girl with the powers and stuff in the Upside Down. What was that? Stranger Things, that's right. The one season came out for that. I watched it in a day. The third season, I think. Something like that. Was it worth it? Probably not. That's a lot of hours. Oh man, I don't really like binge watch really anything other than that. Like, it's kind of a rare thing for me to have that even done. I could see that people do it, like to catch up on things and kind of be in the loop for upcoming episodes and seasons. Anyways, that was a pretty fun run. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.